Hey guys, Brian with Cajun Cardboard coming at you from the great state of Louisiana, and I got Zack with us again, new Jordan collector, almost not really new, not an amateur anymore, so got a little bit of tread on the tire, and we've got a lot of great stuff to talk about. This is episode number 5 of Jordan Card Collecting. Just Zack, I'm going to let the people know, and then I'll ask you how your week went and everything like that. Just so if this is the first episode you're catching, do me a favor, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, go to the playlists in my channel, Jordan Card Collecting, and we've basically decided we're just going to follow Zack as long as he'll let us watch how he enters the Michael Jordan card collecting market starting from absolute scratch, almost absolute scratch. You might have owned 1 or 2 cards. Yeah. And that's what the past 4 episodes have been. This is episode number 5. This will be no different. We'll look at cards that Zack has bought since the last episode. This episode, we're going to look at 4 cards that Zack sold, and we'll explain that and how he sold them. And we'll even look at a spreadsheet showing you where he sold them, how much he sold them for, and how he did profit loss-wise. And then we're going to talk about what's next, right? We love to talk about what Zack's next target card is. And so this is really just – we're following along with Zack on his Jordan card collecting journey, and the feedback's been overwhelmingly positive. And so, Zack, here we are at episode number 5. Welcome to the show. What's going on, my man?
Nothing, man. It feels good after making those sales yesterday. Now I get to buy more Jordan.
It's awesome. Well, we were saying before you came on and we hit record, it looks like you're in the metaverse or floating out in space. You've hit some kind of setting on your camera, which makes you look like super fantastic and clear, and everything in the background's like a haze. And so it's almost like there's a fog that's behind you. So we can focus on the task at hand and start chatting through some of the stuff we're going to look at. Where do you want to start? Let's start with why don't you go ahead and remind the people that are watching and listening why you ended up selling. You're trying to grow your Jordan collection, but you sold 4 cards. Why don't you kind of remind us what you sold and why you sold it, and then we'll pull up a spreadsheet and we'll kind of talk through that, because it may confuse people if this show's about you growing your Jordan collection. Then why the hell are you selling Jordan cards, right?
Yeah. So before Brian and I clicked episode 1, we had texted a little bit, and I jumped the gun and bought 3 PSA 10's. Then I found out I was going to collect BGS 9.5. So I've been sitting on them, and then my kind of plan was to sell them as I replace them with BGS 9.5s.
Yep.
But then I got a little antsy and wanted to buy some bigger Jordans, so I decided just to send all of them to the PWCC Marketplace Weekly Auction, and they actually did pretty good. So.
Yep. So I've got screen share here. I didn't forget this time. I got it pulled up now. Look at that. So there's screen share. Zack was nice enough to send us this spreadsheet. Those are the 4 cards. These cards are going to be pretty familiar to most of you guys if you collect Jordan cards, even if you're relatively new to the Jordan card game. The one that might stand out that was a little bit off the beaten path, because I had also never seen it, was this 1993 Nike Warner Brothers Screen Team. And that one's a BGS 9.5, but that one, if I recall, you bid on 2 cards and you accidentally won both of them.
Yeah.
And then your lucky ass is going to turn around and sell it for $77 more like 30 days later on the same platform you bought the damn card on. It doesn't make any sense. So if you'll notice, if you scroll out here to the right where my cursor is over here, Zack went 4 for 4 and profited on all 4 of these cards. Again, that's not really net profit because we haven't, taken out whatever, but that's pretty damn good considering these were 4 cards he had to sell to make way for future BGS 9.5s. And Zack, you couldn't have bought any of these cards more than 60 days ago, maybe?
So I bought all those PSA 10s I bought in like a 2-day. It was like December 6th and December 7th. So literally within 60 days.
Yeah, 45 to 60 days, something like that. And none of them are huge. But to be able to buy a Sticky Fingers for $435 and then immediately sell it for $630 when that really wasn't your intention, like you weren't like playing this flip game, you just happened to be caught in the flip game because you changed your mind on what you want to collect, and to come out with an extra $195 is a pretty damn good feeling, because now you basically, by flipping these 4 cards, you've kind of earned a pretty damn good looking BGS 9.5, option out there. It's almost like picking up a really nice 9.5 free card. So that's awesome, man, to net, 45, 46, 47% return on investment, when really that wasn't the intention in the first place. You never bought them as investment pieces, but it just turned out that way. So that's pretty cool, man. That's pretty cool. And you sold them all on the PWCC Weekly.
Yeah. And if anybody would have messaged me on Instagram, they would have got them way cheaper.
I know we were talking about that, and and the deal is, if you're going in order of the number of eyeballs that are going to be on the cards that you're trying to sell,
Yeah.
it's probably, for you for sure, Instagram would be the least number of eyeballs,
Right.
but the best price and the best net because it's 100% other than your shipping costs. And then you got, after that, you got PWCC Weekly or Golden Weekly, or even something like that as far as the next number of eyeballs. And then of course eBay is going to get more eyeballs than any other platform in the world, but you'll end up kicking them 15% or whatever, and plus you'll have to do the listing yourself, and you'll have to ship it yourself, and you'll have to buy the supplies yourself, and you have to deal with returns or non-paying buyers yourself. So PWCC and Golden Weekly are kind of that nice happy medium. I tell the people, generally speaking, I'm always hyping PWCC, and I'm still a big fan of PWCC, and I use their vault. There's no way I could do what I do without the PWCC vault. And again, I ain't getting paid by these guys, but there's three things, Zach, that I really truly believe in. I believe in PSA. I believe in the PWCC vault. And the PWCC auctions, which I like to buy on. And then I just went blank. What's the other thing that I really believe in that I was going to talk about? Oh, Ultra Pro. I like Ultra Pro as far as my supplies and what to use and what to order from. And I just ordered a bunch more supplies from Ultra Pro because I'm always submitting to PSA, so I need those semi-rigid holders. Tell people that are watching, though, getting back to the point, how easy it is to move a card from your vault into the PWCC Weekly Auction. Start to finish, how long did it take you to move those 4 cards into the PWCC Weekly Auction?
I mean, all of maybe 30 seconds. It's kind of, you just check these boxes next to the cards on the ones that you want to sell. You press sell items, and then you get to choose. You can send them to the fixed marketplace, the weekly auction, or the premier. You just select which one you want and press click one more time, and they do everything.
That's it.
Which is, in my mind, I was saying to myself earlier, it's worth the 20% buyer's fee that they take, because you never have to touch any of the selling, shipping, or just anything else.
Yeah.
Never see
and you'd be 30. You don't ship, you don't deal with return, you don't deal with any of that crap. You don't have to type in the listing, you don't have to take the pictures. I mean, you got perfect high def pictures. They ship it, they do everything. And the beauty of it is, with eBay, you're going to pay 13% or whatever. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong, but I thought it was somewhere around there. On a card of this value, cards of these values, low hundreds. And then you're also going to have to buy the supplies. You're also going to have to ship it yourself. You're also going to have to deal with the returns. You're also going to have to take the pictures. You're also going to have to type in the descriptions and all that stuff that goes with it. So sometimes it's worth it to pay a few extra, not to mention the fact that like the time value of money, just like the fact that you literally put those 4 cards in auction. Like I put probably 125 cards in the auction, and it took me like 3 minutes, you know what I'm saying? So again, this is an anomaly. Like, don't expect to do what Zack did. This is the sun shining on a dog's ass right here, right? This is not normal. So, because I've got demolished on some of the stuff that I moved over to the PWCC Weekly, especially cards in this low price range, or maybe mid price range, because there's not as many eyeballs on PWCC Weekly as there is on eBay. There's just not. But again, there's a trade-off between your time and how valuable your time is and how much you want to F with stuff, and then how much you're okay with netting on a sale or whatever. Lately, Zach, I've been selling a lot of cards. In fact, I think 900, a little over 900 PSA slabs on Probstein, and I got another maybe 95 slabs. I'm about to send them. And my personal experience with Probstein has been absolutely impeccable and fantastic. I talk about it on another video on my channel, but I know you've run across Probstein stuff, and I know there's Probstein shills this, Probstein cheats this, Probstein lies about this, Probstein embellishes this. I can only speak as to my experience has been impeccable. I sent the cards, they sold the cards. I got the sales report breakdown in an Excel spreadsheet, which I can cut and paste because I use Excel myself to keep track of everything I sell for tax purposes. I cut and paste their spreadsheet into my master selling spreadsheet, and then, change the format to the font size, and I'm done. And then I get a wire like the next day. That's it, into my account directly. It is the easiest thing I have ever seen in my entire life. I never list a card. I don't even describe a card. I just make a general summary sheet. Rick, here's what I'm sending you. I don't even put each card and what they are. They do all that for you. It's on the label, for God's sakes. I sent it to them, 200 cards included, boom. And then they take it from there. And they had all my cards up in 72 hours, Zach.
Dang.
Yeah.
That's fast.
It's a no-brainer. So it makes it, it makes it tough because I think I'm probably netting a little bit more with them than I would be on a PWCC Weekly Auction on the types of cards that I was moving. And again, look, let's be clear. Some of these cards were $10 slabs. Some of these cards up to, maybe $180, $200, $300 slabs. Most of them were somewhere between $10 and $50 probably, if I had to get. Like De'Aaron Fox base Prism rookie cards that I bought for $3 back in 2017. Graded for $8 at PSA. I got a 10. I sold it for $50, whatever. That's a freaking huge win for me. Honestly, it's 4x. Yeah. Now, it would have been nice if I'd have sold it first quarter of 2021, but such is life. Everything's clearer in a rearview mirror. But anyway, enough about Probstein, enough about PWCC. Those are the 4 you sold. So you built up a nice little nest egg of 422 extra bucks to spend on a BGS 9.5. Let's talk about what people really like, and that is what the hell did Zack buy between the last time we heard from him and today? Talk to me. What you got? Show me some pictures, and I'll do my best to pull it up in Card Ladder.
Okay. Well, this one is going to be a curveball for you, and you're not going to like it.
I'm not. Okay. No. Well, surprise me. Let's see.
So I wanted to test something, and I figured it might as well be fun if we followed along with it through this videos or whatever. So I bought a raw 1997 Metal Universe.
Yeah, you're right. I'm not going to like this. I told you not to do this. This is hey, look, there's all sorts of ways to learn your lesson. Sometimes it costs you money, and sometimes you can get free lessons. Metal Universe, Jordan, the base?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
And so it was raw, and I think I picked it up for like $70, and I'm going to go through BGS just in case I get a 9.5, and I'm doing it through PWCC, so it's going straight there. They're taking care of all the cleaning and filling out all the paperwork for it, and they're going to try to get it graded well for me.
That's cool. That's what you're going to get, a 9.
Well, I mean, I would double my money. Yeah,
It's still a win. It's still a win, but it's not going to further your collection. You'll probably go sell it for twice as much. So maybe you put in the weekly and double your money again. It's not out of the question. It sounds like it's not out of the question. The 9.5 is a pretty big card, right? We know the PSA 10 is a monster, right? Because it's a pop 133. It's about a $3,000 card. The 9.5 is a $900 card. So about a little less than 1/3 of the value of the PSA 10. If we look at the pop on that card, first of all, that is no ordinary base card. This is an awesome card. And I'm lucky enough to have the 10. You'll also, Zack, at some point, you're going to need to get the Metal Universe Championship base in BGS 9.5 and the 1998 Metal Universe base in 9.5. Those are 3 base cards that I think, look, I know you want to prioritize inserts over anything else, but those 3 base cards they're fantastic. Different. They're awesome. And there's your gem rates right now. So a much better chance of gemming with Beckett than with PSA, which is a measly, minuscule, scrawny 3%.
I know you believe PSA is kind of capping their 10 rate on Jordans. You think Beckett's doing the same?
I don't know. I don't have enough, like I said, if somebody ever asks me a question, I don't know the answer, then my answer is going to be, I don't know the answer, and I don't know the answer. I don't have enough of a sample size with BGS to know. But there is without going into too much detail, based on my relationships with other people in the social media world, it might be an opportunity for me in the very near future to grade a lot of cards with Beckett. And so I'll be able to speak more in a more educated way with a little bit better frame of reference and give you some feedback on that. So I think I might come into a certain number of free Beckett submissions a month as a form of compensation. And if that happens, I'll probably start sending a few cards to Beckett. Primarily Jordan 90 stuff is what I would send to Beckett, or autograph cards, maybe even modern autograph cards. And I'll be able to speak a little bit better on the subject. I don't know. The only way to know would be to kind of look at what the gem rate is over the last, 1 year, 2 years, whatever. Right. So I have no clue. If I like the fact that this is 15% and this is 3%, I got to believe your odds are going to be better, at least. They may not be perfect, but they're going to be better for sure. No BGS 10s out of 1,169 submitted. Maybe you'll be the first. Maybe. Boy, wouldn't that be a story? That'd be an episode in and of itself, right?
Yeah.
That'd be huge.
Okay. And then I also picked up, I can't remember the year. It's the Frequent Flyers base.
Yeah, Frequent Flyers upgrade hoops. You didn't get the upgrade. You just got the freaking Flyers.
Right.
Yeah. Let's pull it up. 9.5.
Mm-hmm.
I love that. God, that is way too cheap, man. That is way too cheap. The PSA 10, 420 pop 118. The 9.5 pop 90. Even lower pop. Is that yours? 346.
Yeah. What was that? Yeah, that's me.
Yeah, a few days ago. Yeah, click all sales. You picked it up on eBay.
Yeah.
Yep, there you go. I mean, shit, Zach, you're $100 cheaper than the last one that sold at 441.
Right.
Hell, you're the cheapest one. Dude, we're at least 10, 12, 15 deep. I still haven't gotten one. There you go. You got to go back to June of 2021 to find one that sold for less than yours. You got to like that price point, huh?
Oh, yeah.
That's a big time pickup. Look, and we'll pull up the graph here. We can look at the graph for the last 2 years. There's your 346 right there. Like I said, you got to go all the way back here to June of 2021 to find one for lower. So that's an awesome pickup. The average sale price is 430. You picked up for 340, so you're in great shape on that.
Right.
Which means next, you got to get that upgrade. Let's see what the upgrade's at. Now we're talking. That's what the upgrade looks like. A little different texture in the background, kind of reminiscent of the soaring stars that we looked at, where the high flying is a little bit different color. But the upgrade's actually a lighter version on this one. But awesome card for sure, man. And I'll be honest with you, the upgrade, I don't think people understand how astronomical the pack odds are. They are not good pack odds. Like, that is a really tough pull. The thing about these cards, Zach, is I'm going to click it here and put myself on. Yeah, okay. So I was going to say they're going to have a little higher gem rate than most 90s inserts because you know why?
No hard edges.
No corners. Yeah, they got edges, but no corners. Yeah, so you're avoiding full corners. So when you click the BGS 9.5, especially where you get a subgrade of almost a guaranteed 9 or 10, and you'll see it's a 10. Sort of like the jambalayas, they're always 10s because there's no corner. So you get an automatic 10. That subgrade, when averaged in, is going to raise your overall grade a lot more for BGS than it will for PSA. That being said, PSA and BGS have about the same gem rate. They're right at a third, right at 1 out of 3 grade really well. But Zach, look how few have been graded for the upgrade. This is the upgrade. 57 for PSA, 85 for Beckett, 6 for SGC. It's just totally different than the frequent flyers, which is why it's so much, there's the frequent flyers, there's, whatever, 10 times as many graded, something like that. So, but an awesome card nonetheless. That's a really good looking card. And you know what? It's got the gold Beckett label, which matches the gold foil like lettering on it. It's just a really good look, man. And and shit, dude, we left out the most important thing. You're a freaking pilot.
Oh yeah.
You're a freaking pilot.
Yeah,
so this is even cooler for you. This should have been the first freaking insert you bought. Soaring stars,
and this,
and then this one, right? You got the sky behind it in the background. It looks like you're a freaking pilot license. And, when you whip it out and show people how important you are. I mean, hell, that should have been the first one you ever bought. What else? So that's a good pickup. I love that pickup. I like the Metal Universe pickup. I don't know. We'll see how you do. I didn't get a chance to look at the raw one. I know you sent it to me, and I was like, man, I just move along and I just go get the 9.5. But how much did you pay for it?
$75, and then one sold a week later for 110. So that made me feel
worth a swing, man. Yeah, I mean, look, and you're sending it to BGS.
Yeah, just to see. I mean, I got to take a chance with Beckett.
What did you're sending it straight from your PWCC vault to BGS? Yes.
Yeah. So eBay to PWCC, they're doing all the cleaning and stuff and submitting, and then I haven't got any cards back yet. So I've sent a couple Skylar through them, but I haven't got anything back, so I'm interested to see how it looks.
And what's the BGS cost?
It's $25 for a 10-day turnaround. So
and I forget the deal, and I should know this, but I've never let PWCC handle the whole process. But if you list it with PWCC in the weekly, it's cheaper than it is if you say vault it for me, right?
So if you list it, if you send it there to get graded and listed, you don't have to pay for anything. It takes it out of the price.
Oh, it takes that. That's it. That's what the cash flow. Yeah. Okay.
That's cool. I like
that. Cool. That is cool. But you're looking for the 9.5. Well, here's the deal. You don't know if you want them to list it. If it comes back a 9, I assume you want them to list it.
Right. I mean,
and if it comes back a 9.5, you're going to say stick it in my vault.
Right. So
that's cool. Okay. What else?
I think it's the 92 Jordan members only parallel.
Base? Stadium Club?
Yes. It's his base card members only parallel.
This one? No, that's not.
No,
That's
not
members
that one.
choice. I'm looking for members only. This is really funny because I just bought this card. Well, I didn't type in Jordan. Oops.
Are you working with 2 arms now? Are we back to 2
I got
arms?
2 arms, man. Look at this. Look at this.
Okay.
This is what you're talking about right here. Yeah?
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Okay. But yours is a 9.5.
Yeah, which they
don't have it.
in there.
Okay. So let's do this. Let's go here. Let's go copy. Let's go sales history. Let's go boom. Let's paste it. And let's type a 9.5 on there, and now we're good. Okay. Let's not. It's going to include a bunch of beam teams, but we'll scroll down. Is that you way back then?
No, it wasn't a fixed price. It was an auction.
eBay?
Yeah.
There it is. No. 821?
No, it was like 340.
That's weird. What's the card number?
I don't know. There's
Number 1. Weird. It's not pulling it up. Oh, well. Anyway, 340 seems like a good price to me. One sold fixed price in December for 500, and then before that, the most recent one sold 405 back in 2021. So I'm not pulling very many of those up. That's got to be a pretty low pop, huh?
Yeah, I didn't check it, but I'm pretty sure it was maybe like 53. I want to say.
Yeah. Okay. Have you picked up a beam team yet? You don't have a beam team in your collection yet.
No, so we'll get to what I was gonna spend these funds on that I just got from PWCC.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's cool. That's a good pickup. And by the way, here's the 4 cards that Zack sold. I'm sorry, I forgot to screen share this. So these are the 4 cards that you sold, and then you can see down here where it's showing you the profit or loss, all profit.
Yeah.
That is from Zack using the Card Ladder Showcase feature, right?
So if the cards are in your collection, once you sell them, there's a sold button you can click. You click the sold button, you type in what it's sold for, and it adds it to your sold collection, which is pretty cool.
Got it.
So you can, and that's also where the data was compiled from on the spreadsheet.
And you'll be able, Zack, you'll be able to go back like 2 years from now and see what used to be in your collection.
Right.
It'll save it. Yeah, it saves it in there as a Card Ladder Pro member. That's pretty cool. That's a really cool feature of Card Ladder when you're a Card Ladder Pro member. I wish it exists. Well, it didn't exist when I started collecting. So I was like, I'm an Excel spreadsheet man, right? Because I'm old and that's all I know. But I do know it very well. And so I use the PWCC Vault as my inventory manager. And then I use my Excel spreadsheets as my kind of tracking profit and losses for tax purposes and just for my own peace of mind. So that's cool. Okay. So you picked up that Stadium Club members only, BGS 9.5 Jordan. What else?
Well, the next one is my big buy, which is what we were going to get
Do I know
into.
about this?
Yeah, you know about this.
Okay. Give it to me. Oh, okay. Go ahead.
It's the, what is it, 97 Ultra? Yeah, it's that third one.
Right?
Star Power Plus.
Oh, not Plus.
Yeah.
I thought you got Star Power Base.
No. This is what we were getting at. This is what we were going to go next to. I was going to buy this one. This is my next big buy.
I thought you were buying the one for me.
That is this card.
Don't tell people you bought it because it's not been sold yet. Somebody may offer more than you were going to offer, and I might sell it to them on this channel.
Tim, we're not saying the price that I'm getting it for.
Okay. You can tell them it's sold. I told you what did I tell you, 1,000?
Yeah, 1,000.
Yeah. Okay. So here we go. So this was it. I was confused. I was like, damn, I just told you I was going to sell you mine. So I happen to have an extra Star Power Plus. It's a die cut. It's green. It's a beautiful card. It's a 3-card set, right? There's the Star Power Plus, Star Power Supreme, which is a big card. Tough pack odds. Zack's buying the middle tier of that trio. This one that you're looking at on your screen. He's going to buy my extra one. I had a 9.5. I upgraded to a 10. And so, because I wanted the whole set in PSA 10, and which I got, and so I had an extra 9.5 to sell, and I figured I was actually going through my collection and looking at my 9.5 stuff for you and we'll just go one at a time. I might have other stuff in there too, Zack. To be honest with you, I don't know, but if I have any duplicates that I also have in PSA 10, or I have more than one 9.5, you're welcome to it. Obviously for below comps, but I think the last one sold for $1,150. In August, and so I think we were going to be fine on 1,000, and then just do a PWCC Vault transfer. So you got it the very next day.
Yeah.
This one's come down a lot, man, and I don't know why. In 9.5, it's a pop 35. There's just not a lot of those. In PSA 10, it's a pop 36. The gem rate's a little higher than I would have expected, Zach, for a die cut Jordan from the mid 90s. Geez, dude, I mean, that's 71 combined gems in the whole world between PSA and BGS. That just doesn't seem like a lot of money. I mean, $1,000 seems pretty cheap. So anyway, good pickup. If I had to guess, well, I'm pretty sure I paid more than, well, I know I did because you're looking at the lowest. I mean, I probably bought mine back in 2021, so I might have been one of these poor fools that paid $2,000 or $2,500 for mine. Or back here, the 2668. I don't know. I really don't remember. I've got it in my spreadsheets, of course, but I have to go search. But I don't mind selling it at a loss if it helps you move it along, and I can take that money and recycle it. So I like that move. Do you have the star power already, the base?
No, I'm shopping for it because it's funny you asked me that. So can you pull that one up? Because so last sold is like 275, right?
Yep.
Man, when I tell you, the card is only on eBay for buy it now, and it's at like $499, $500, $750.
Yeah.
And I'm like, hey, look, I'll give you $315. I'll let you make your profit off the card, like it's more than the last sold, whatever. And people are like, nah, I'm just gonna hang on to it. I'm in it for more than that. And it's just like, come on, man. I'm offering you above the last comp. Just take it and roll. Recycle it, like you said.
Seems like they would. I mean, Card Ladder's got the estimated value at 264. The last one sold 275.
Yeah.
Geez, man, that's nuts. I would not have suspected that. Looking at the all-time, that card once sold as high as 665. Maybe that's why he's not selling. Maybe he's that dude.
Yeah, maybe he's that guy.
And then the Star Power Supreme is just the baddest of the bad, right? It's just a super bad boy. I wish you'd have caught me in time. I sold mine in the PWCC Weekly about 4 or 5 months ago because I picked up the PSA 10. My BGS 9.5 actually looked better than my PSA 10, but you know how I am. I'm OCD, and I wanted them all in PSA 10. So I sold the BGS 9.5.
What's the price difference on there between the 9.5 and the 10? Just out of curiosity.
It's healthy. $11,000 for the 9.5. That was in October, so about 4 months ago. The PSA 10 is right at $18,000. But that was in August 16th of 2021. And here's the tricky part, right? Look at this graph. Can y'all see that on your screen? It jumps from 2475 to this crazy win, which is just after the bubble of 2021, the card bubble, right? And then nothing, and then ghosting, nothing since then. Dang. So we haven't seen that card sell in 2.5 years, something like that. So,
wow.
No.
What do you think that'd go for right now if it sold? It just randomly showed up in an auction.
You know what, Zach? You got to buy the card, not the grade. You'll see the issue with this card, and mine is no exception. I wish I'd have pulled it up, but mine's missing blue up here. Like it's literally missing blue, but it's still a PSA 10. That comes off oftentimes post slab. That part right there is the most susceptible to damage. And so even with the Star Power Plus, same deal. But the Star Power Supreme seemed to be extra delicate. And so it's a really thin, delicate, fragile light blue foil up here on that die cut portion. That rips away. And you can even see some of that discoloration on the screen here. You can see it's not quite perfect, but it's in a PSA 10 slab. Mine's really not perfect, but it's in a PSA 10 slab. So I have mixed feelings on that. I probably should have kept the BGS 9.5, but I'll let it go. But I don't know, Zach. I don't know what the last one would sell for. Card Ladder's tying it to the Jordan Index, so they're saying it'd probably be $1,000, $2,000 cheaper than the last one that sold. But there's no rhyme or reason when you're talking about Jordan cards that are 15 to 25 to 30 to 40,000. It could set an all-time record, or it could drop 40%. It's just too much uncertainty in the Jordan market. Yeah. It's not like a Luka Silver Prism base where you just kind of can watch it on a daily or a weekly basis. I mean, shit, the card hadn't sold since August of 2021. It's a year and a half,
Yeah.
So I don't know. It'd be interesting. I bet it would go for less than 18,000. When's the last time the 9.5 sold? Yeah, that one sold just a couple months ago for 11. But look, this 9.5 sold, before the PSA 10 for 15. So I don't know, man. It's chaos when you're talking about cards like that. And remember, there's 31, 32 if you count the BGS 10. There's 32 gem mint or better. It's not a lot, man.
Nah,
it's not a lot. That's a good looking card. That's one you'll have to pick up one day. It's definitely a Grail type card.
Yeah.
And like we said, there's only 71 Star Power Plus, and the Star Power base is actually a much lower pop, which really surprises me. Like I thought this pop would be much higher, but that's only 141 combined. That's not a lot either.
No.
It's really not a lot, you know.
Dang.
Much better gem rate with Beckett on that one for some reason. Huh. Interesting. That's awesome. Okay, so cool. So that's the one. So what's next? So where are we at? So you and I got to get our deal done for the Star Power Plus, right?
Yes.
You think there's another big one on the radar, or you think you kind of build a foundation and buy a few more in the low 200s, 300s kind of deal?
So this was the next question I was going to pose to you. I didn't make, but I'm getting 1,300 from the PWCC.
Okay.
Thousands going to you.
Yep.
Should I stack that 300 with something else and go after a bigger one, or should I just recycle it immediately?
I like cards that are in the 800 to 1,200 range.
Okay.
That's how I started, Zach, with my collection back in my Jordan collection. Back when I first started buying them in 2019, when I got into inserts, I should say, I started buying Jordan rookies before that, and I bought those heavy. But when I started getting into the inserts, that was like that sweet spot, that 700 to 1,200 range, because it was that nice balance between you're not buying grails, but you're also not buying base cards, right? Unless it's a Metal Universe or something crazy. And so you're not gonna blow your wad on one card, and you're still gonna get mail days. You won't get as many as if you kind of keep focusing on $200 cards, but still you're bringing in enough, here and there. Like I said, I mean, my approach with Jordans is, I'll buy 3 or 4 low to mid end, and then I'll buy a monster. And then I'll buy 3 to 4, 5 to 6 mid end, and then I'll buy a monster. That's kind of the way I do it. From an investment perspective, would it make more sense to just always pool your funds and buy monsters? Maybe. I don't have any idea.
Yeah.
But I'm not buying the Jordans for investment purposes. I'm buying them because I'm trying to build my collection and grow it. And I like mail days. There's no way around that.
No way.
If you're always just waiting, like if you're buying a card every 90 days, the hobby's just not as fun. I don't care what anybody says. That day is really fun to get that one card, right? But like now you got 89 other days where you're waiting to, collect and be part of the hobby. So it's up to you. You'll feel your way through it. And then you know what, Zach, you may be holding up for a $1,500, $2,000 card. And then you see a $300 card that you've been waiting on, that you've got in your eBay saved searches, and it pops up and the price is right and it's time to move. And, so you always got to be ready to adapt and be flexible. Like that's like, look, right now I'm looking for, I'll pull it up on the screen and, don't laugh at me, but this is the card that is the next Grail card that I would like to put in my collection in some grade, right? It's the 1998 Metal Universe PMG, right? People call it the gold PMG, but it really is just the PMG. It just happens to be gold that year. It is an absolute ridiculous, preposterous Grail type card. Like 8.5 would be, 100 grand, 200 grand. I don't know, 150 grand. Who knows what it is? So I'd have to move pieces. I'd have to consolidate. I'd have to make sacrifices. I'd have to sell some Giannis, some LeBron, some Jordan stuff, to get into this card if it did become available. And it does become available, but it's serial number to 50. So it's not every day, right? It's 2 a year, 3 a year. Here's what you got. Well, you can't pick it. You'd have to go by grade, but it doesn't sell very often. Let's put it that way. It's out there, that's what I want to buy, but am I going to put all my other shit on hold just to kind of build funds and focus on that? Of course not.
Yeah.
Card comes along. If I me, I'm buying PSA 8s right now. I'm really having fun doing that too, man. I'm serious, man. I'm having a blast buying these PSA 8s, man.
Dude, you're getting them heavy.
I am getting them heavy. You can get them heavy when they cost pennies, man. But look, here's one that I screwed up, and I don't know how I missed it. It just sold in the PWCC Weekly. I own the PSA 10 of this one. This is the Metal Universe Championship hardware, right? PSA 10 is a huge card. I own the PSA 10, but I don't own a PSA 8, and this just sold. Look at that. It sold last night, and I didn't see it. And I would have bought it, and it sold last night for $2,130, which is about on the number, right? $2,130, 2,000, 23, 26, whatever. And it sold last night right here. This one sold on the PWCC Weekly Auction. Come on, pull up. There you go. And I just didn't see it at all, man. And I would have
Dang.
loved to put that together because, Metal Universe is my number one set. Like 97 Metal Universe is number one. And then after that, Metal Universe Championship, and then 98 Metal Universe. And I just missed it. I don't know how. Every single week for the PWCC Weekly Auction, you do this same thing. We talked about this. I search Michael Jordan PSA 10. I search Michael Jordan BGS 9.5. And I search Michael Jordan PSA 8. And somehow, some way, I completely missed this card. I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I missed out on the one you actually told me to look at, which was his baseball card.
The 91 Upper Deck.
Yeah.
See if we can find it. There it is. They don't have a BGS 9.5 up here, but this card went on a run, Zach. Look at that. 2,000. Dang. This card hit 2,000 in the bubble. Now it's all the way back to 395. People didn't realize, but watch, I'm going to show you. Watch what happened to the population when all hell broke loose in the hobby. Watch this. That's the population. It was a 1,400 pop card. Man, I wish I could go back further. I can't go back further than this. Crap. I bet you that card was under 1,000 graded in 2019. And now look, when all hell broke loose in the hobby, everybody has this card. It's not a rare card. It's gone up, what is that, 800, almost 900, something like that. Over the past, 19, 20 months, something like that. But, yeah, here's the Beckett pop right here. 9.5 is 575. There's a lot of PSA. 18,000 have been graded just by PSA.
Dang.
That's a huge-ass number. Yeah.
That's
I don't want to tell you what I paid
numbers.
for. I paid like 800 for mine. I thought I was stealing it, right? It was down here on the down tick, and I was like, hell yes, I got it for 800. And now it's half. I think it's a cool card because people get confused. Like, this is not when he went to play for the White Sox. He's wearing a White Sox, hat and jersey and all that. Yeah. This was when he was playing for the Bulls. He just showed up one day to take batting practice, and they did this promo card in the 1991 Upper Deck baseball set.
Okay.
And so he printed the hell out of 91 Upper Deck. You know that. They printed 89 Upper Deck baseball, 90 Upper Deck baseball, 91 Upper Deck baseball. So this was before he, retired to go play baseball. This is just from but look at this, PSA 9s, 6,938. These are Doncic and Zion and John Morant type numbers. So not a rare card at all.
Right.
Yeah, don't feel bad for missing out on the BGS 9.5 because there's, like we said, 575 of them out there. It's going to come back again. What did it sell for? Did you see what it sold for?
No, I have no clue. I was so worried about what my cards were selling for. I didn't even look at
I bet it's probably sold. I bet it sold for less than 200. Let's see, the PSA 10, 395. If we go to sales history and plug it in, watch this. I bet it sold for less than 200. I might be wrong. I might look like an idiot. Let's see. That's date. There we go. 156. Yeah, you'll be able to get that whenever you want. 156, Zach. And the one before that sold 225. So that might have been a good buy, man.
Dang. Maybe I should have picked that one up.
175, 166, 185, 152, 137. Back on, these are all in January. So look, the card comes up. If it came out 5 or 6 times in January, you could be able to snag it,
So and then one more thing, not to toot my own horn, I was just pretty excited because this morning I was looking at my eBay save search for Michael Jordan 9.5. So can you go look up rock stars? Because we just talked about that last video. I just got it, and I got it for 360. Oh, you got to look on eBay. It's still an auction.
Oh, what? Where? What?
On eBay. The rock stars on eBay.
Oh, my bad.
No, you're good. I should have clarified.
Rockstar is a pain in the ass because sometimes people call it Rockstar. Sometimes they put the words together. BGS 9.5?
Yes.
Really?
Oh, no.
What am I looking for?
Just the base. There it is. The 530.
That one. Yep.
With ends today in 7 hours. So I feel pretty good about that one because I got mine 360 and it's almost 200 over.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
You got your base Rockstars for 350 and it was it had subgrades because I know we know better.
Yeah, minimum gem.
Damn, dude. That's a big time pickup. Speaking of, here's a card that I need to keep an eye on. I've got a PSA 9 that is gorgeous. But I would not mind upgrading to a BGS 9.5. Have you ever – I mean, this is a big-time card, man. It's a men gym, mixed gym. I like that. Who's the seller? PC Sports Cards. They only have 101,000 transactions at 99.99%.
Be careful buying from them, man.
Be careful. Be careful. Somebody was not happy with and left negative feedback somewhere in that 100,000. Like 5 people didn't like it. Here's another cool one, Zach. This Topps Generations. This is a refractor too. That's a good looking card. It kind of reminds me of Rock Stars, right? It's got kind of the same motif. This is 97, 98 Topps. The Rock Stars is 97, 98 Topps. They've just got a similar feel to it. I like the Rock Stars better. But that Generations refractor is a good looking card too. But this is a refractor, and this is just the base Rock Stars. Those are cool cards, man.
That refractor is so good looking. The Rock Stars refractor.
It is good looking, dude. It is good looking.
What are you after in PSA 10?
Man, I'm a tumbleweed. I go where the market takes me, man. I'm looking to buy cards I don't have, so I'm not really looking to buy any duplicate PSA 10s. I've been buying so many PSA 8s lately that I've kind of put PSA 10s to the side a little bit. I actually bought one from my good friend Mark Montero, who is here in town. He lives in Baton Rouge, and he messaged me on Instagram. He had a 1994 SP red foil Michael Jordan PSA 10, which I did not have, so I bought that from him. We got a deal done for $300. I think the last couple comps were like $330 and $340, and so I paid him PayPal friends and family $300 for that. He's shipping that one straight to my vault. We got that done last night. I'm trying to think of what else. I haven't really picked up any big cards. I've been kind of consolidating. I've been selling a lot with Probstein and with PWCC to kind of build a nest egg to go after some bigger stuff. But I've been buying so many PSA 8s. I've been checking the PWCC weekly auctions for PSA 10s, and there's like 15 a week. It used to be like hundreds and hundreds, and now there's like 15 a week. I think people are just content to sit on it until prices stabilize, and so you're seeing a lot fewer. And I'm not complaining, because the only way prices are going to stabilize is if people stop seeing the same damn cards over and over. Even PSA 10s you're gonna suffer as long as there's that many options out there. So as supply shrinks up, demand will exceed supply. It'll stabilize, and we'll have that price price equilibrium, and then cards can start to run again. But nothing big, man. I always just check it, and if I see something that catches my eye, I'll jump on it. I did consider. I'm so glad I did not win this auction. I have, how I am as a set collector, right? I've got these issues, right, where I can't shake this need to create some kind of set chase. That I've already got a million set chases, but I need more. I almost jumped into the Star 25 card Michael Jordan Star set, right? There's 25 unique Michael Jordan Star cards from the 80s. And I bid on one of the, random arbitrary ones. It was a 9.5, and I lost. Thank God. Because if I'd have won that, it'd have been off to the races. I'm like, I got to get every 9.5 that's out there. Yeah. But luckily, I lost that. I'm not kidding. I am glad that I lost that card because it would have been, a $75,000 adventure over the next few years. Yeah, it would have really taken me off course. I really do want to get those Star cards because I like them. I'm a big 86 Fleer is the true rookie card guy, but that doesn't mean I don't think the Star cards are just really badass. You know, right? So I don't know. I passed on that. But that's kind of it, man. I haven't done anything really that sexy. I've been doing a lot more selling than buying, but I've got a couple mail days coming up. I think I got a mail day coming up tomorrow. I'm actually going to publish this right after we finish. So this will come up today, right around 4:30, January 30th. I've got a mail day, I think, coming out. So if you're watching this, stay tuned to that. Nothing crazy, but just one of my typical 10-minute mail day videos that are quick and simple and fun to watch.
No Rookie of the Year trophies in this one?
No Rookies of the Year trophies in this one. I was excited about that. That's dude, kind of the
so cool, man.
Isn't that cool, dude?
That's so cool.
That's the centerpiece to my Damian Lillard collection, man. Is his Kia NBA Rookie of the Year trophy in my vault? Next to his cards. It's just kind of cool to have. So,
dude, man, that's. And then I was just watching your video before we got on with you and picks about All-Star stuff.
Yeah. What do you think? Huh? It's going to be impossible, dude. I mean, I was watching one of the talking head idiots on TV the other day who they just say things and then defend it later or try to. Yeah. But they had Jalen Brunson in, but Julius Randle not in. And I was like, dude, this is miserable. Like, it's going to be absolutely miserable. Like, Pix and I started doing it, and we're like, oh, my God. We need like 6 or 7 more people to get injured so we can get everybody an all-star invitation, Because just imagine if there was no injuries. Like, thank God Halliburton's injured.
Right.
Thank God Doncic is probably going to not – I'm guessing probably not play. Trying to think who else out there is not going to play. It's like Zion's not going to play, right? So that gets you at 3 more additionals in there. So you're going to get your normal 12, but you're actually get 15.
That annoyed the hell out of me, man. I was so upset when I saw that.
What?
Zion being a starter.
Yeah. Look.
That bothered me, man. I know it's fans, but.
Yeah, it's 50% fans, man. And social media is no different than the fans or whatever, the media, they're going to do the same thing. But, yeah, it's tough. Like, he certainly, he's had a great first half.
Yeah,
but
I'm a Pelicans fan,
I know he's missed too many games, and he's just not doesn't deserve to be one of the 3 front court stars. He just doesn't. I mean, he deserves to be an all-star, unquestionably.
Yeah,
he just doesn't deserve to be a starter. But again, the starters is not really who deserves it; it's who the fans want to see, I guess, for the most part. So,
is Sabonis the most slept-on player in the NBA? He's got to be.
I think he is, right? Yeah, I mean, if you're an analytics guy or you play fantasy basketball, you're damn right. Yeah, him or Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. But I don't think people are sleeping on SGA. People are still sleeping on Sabonis. And the Kings are like in like 3rd or 4th or something stupid like that.
What are his cards worth? Just out of curiosity. I might go pick up a Sabonis card. It can't be much, right?
Nothing.
Like $15, $20.
Dude, they're nowhere near where they deserve to be. It's just, he just doesn't play sexy basketball, man.
No.
He just doesn't. And so I think he had the numbers to be the all-star starter in the front court in the West. He had the numbers, for sure. Like, who's the 3rd best player on the Kings?
I don't know. It's up for debate for sure.
You got Harrison Barnes.
I was about to say, it can't be Harrison Barnes.
You got Keegan Murray.
Probably him.
You got Kevin Huerter. I mean, what are you going to do? I mean, think about it. And they're in 4th. So that should tell you something about Sabonis and Fox.
Right.
They're having all-star caliber years, and I think Fox is going to get snubbed. He's not going to get it.
It's a shame.
But who knows, man? So,
all right.
Anyway, all right, cool. Keep your log going. Keep track. Congrats on those 4 sales. That's awesome to turn that into some serious profit and then be able to kind of reapportion that. Hell, that paid for half of your Star Power Plus, man. That's an awesome feeling. And no hassle, no skin off your back. You just click move over into the weekly and it does it for you. So that's cool. And then, let me know when you want to get the deal done on the Star Power Plus. You can shoot me PayPal and then we'll move it over in the vault. And it's instantaneous, man.
Perfect.
It's instantaneous. Cool. All right, dude. Thanks for joining as always. And we'll touch base in about a week.
Sounds good.
Okay, bud. Thanks, Zach. Thank you guys for watching. Hit the like button if you like these videos and follow along with Zach on his collecting journey. Comment below. Let us know what he picked up, what you think he should pick up next. I mean, it's always fun to kind of talk about Jordan cards and to give and get advice on Jordan cards is part of what it's all about. I'm learning every single time we do one of these videos, as you can see. So hopefully all of these Jordan card collecting journey videos are both educational and entertaining. Hit the like button if you like it. Hit the subscribe button if you haven't. There's tons more Jordan content on my channel. Just go check out the playlist. Thank you guys for watching. Keep collecting. Stay positive in the hobby, and peace.